Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Cristina Cubrilo Santos. In today's video, I'm talking about moxibustion. What is moxibustion? So today you'll learn what is moxibustion, what is Moxa, what we can use it for, and how you can use it at home for your own benefit. So let's begin first by delving into the name moxibustion. Moxibustion is a term used for burning of a particular herb. The herb is called mugwort, which is Artemisia vulgaris. And we use mugwort in Chinese medicine. It's an ancient preventative medicinal tool, an herbal tool, which can also be used as treatment of specific ailments and diseases. Now, Moxa or mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris, can be used like this as a loose leaf or loose moxa, where we take a piece of this loose moxa and we roll it up. So there is direct moxa application and indirect moxa application. Direct moxa application means that we use mugwort in this form. We roll it up into a small cone-like shape. We put a little bit of a burn cream on a specific acupuncture point, and I'm showing you LI4, which is one of the most commonly known points in acupressure and acupuncture, large intestine 4. And so using this point as an example, you put a little bit of a burn cream on it, you put this moxa, loose leaf moxa on top, and then you light it with an incense stick. And the reason why you use an incense stick is because you don't want to use a big lighter or even a smaller lighter than this to burn directly on your skin. So we use a little incense and then we let it burn towards the level of the skin, not burning all the way, and then we remove it with a little tweezer. So that's one way we use moxa and apply it. There is indirect moxa, which means that we're using the herb not to burn on the skin directly, but by applying the heat from the moxa close to the skin surface. And so rolled up moxa that I generally use in my practice is this kind, rolled up into a stick from an aged and dried up mugwort and rolled up into these smoky moxa sticks. There are also smokeless sticks, which are used more if you work in an office setting where you maybe can't open up windows and doors to air out the room, because smoky type of moxa is very smelly. Like, let's say if you burn sage or even weed, it's a very strong smell. So I have noticed that it stays in the room, in my treatment room, for several hours after I've applied moxa. So it generally comes, these sticks usually come in a box like this, and I think it's about 10 sticks in here. Obviously I've used them up already. So when you open up the box, the stick looks like this, right? This is how the stick looks like, and generally you can unroll from the edge of the paper just so you're not burning with the paper. But I actually burn it with the paper because it's not really toxic, so I use it like that. So the way we apply moxa is by taking the lighter or a candle and then simply burning evenly, because you don't want your stick to canoe. And we use it on specific acupoints, just like I was showing you with the loose moxa. One of the most commonly points used for moxibustion is stomach 36. And stomach 36, if you see in the picture here, is measured with a flexed knee, so bent knee, from the lateral corner of the lower border of patella. So you see this is very smoky, and that's why generally it's not used in office spaces. And even when I was in Chinese medical school, we weren't really allowed to use smoky moxa because we were located in a big office building. However, since I have a treatment room at home, I use moxa pretty much every treatment on my patients and client, and I use it also for self-care in my own household for myself, my husband, my father, and the rest of my family. So you see how evenly this moxa is burning. And now I was mentioning stomach 36 as a point, right? Located on the shin, 1 finger breadth away from the tibial bone. So we're measuring 4 finger breadths from that lateral and lower border of the patella at stomach 35 point, and 4 finger breadths below that on the shin is stomach 36, 1 finger breadth away from the edge of the shin bone. You see it really well in the picture there. So what you want to do is, let's pretend this is our leg, right? This is the shin. You want to bring moxa close enough to the skin, but not to burn it. And really communicating with the person that you're working on, whether they feel the warmth. So let's say you want to help your mom or your dad or even yourself, really checking in with yourself that you're not burning your skin. Though traditionally speaking, some practitioners would burn the skin on stomach 36 to create a blistering effect in order to strengthen our immune system. So now we are going into the categories of what can we use moxa for when it comes to using it on stomach 36 point. As you see, also when we're burning this, you will have to ash it from time to time. So instead of ashing it like a cigar or cigarette, you actually want to just go around the edges. You can either do it directly on the extinguisher or on a little ashtray, and then continue using moxa on the point. And when you're done, and you should do it for at least 10 to 20 minutes on this particular point, though I say even 5 minutes is better than not doing it at all. But when you're done with using it on stomach 36, you simply put the moxa stick into the extinguisher and you're done. So going back to what can we use this moxa for? On stomach 36, studies have shown that it can boost our natural immune function. Some studies also show that it's beneficial in the treatment of ulcerative colitis, Chron's disease, and generally upset digestive system. So one thing to note is that when we think about the digestive system and immunity, the stomach channel runs all the way through our abdomen, from the eye down into the chest, through our abdomen, and all the way into the second toe. The lung channel in Chinese medicine actually begins inside the body at the belly button. So it begins in our digestive tract and then it runs upwards through our lungs and down the arm. So the lung channel is very intricately connected to our digestive system and our immunity. So when we're treating stomach 36 with moxa, we're actually improving our lung function as well. And some studies show that in specific lung cancers, moxa on stomach 36 is extremely beneficial. So of course, the more we study this medicine and these treatment modalities, the more evidence base we will have, evidence-based medicine, right? However, I want to say that many things that weren't scientifically proven 50 years ago, were considered to be a hocus pocus type of a thing, and now 50 years later it is a scientific fact. So I always say, practice it for yourself. See if you see any changes, if there are any changes within your body, within the body of the people that you love, especially if you start applying some of these techniques. So to recap, Moxa or moxibustion is an application of mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris herb, either in a loose format or rolled up format on specific acupoints on the body. And we can use it specifically on stomach 36 point, which you can see in the picture that I inserted before. It can be used to fight fatigue, to boost immunity, to improve fighting against pathogens, viral and bacterial infections. So it's very, very good time of the year during the fall season and winter season to be applying moxibustion. And if you have any questions or you'd like to start the treatment with Moxa, don't hesitate to reach out to me in the comments below. I do video and phone calls where I guide people how to apply Moxa and other modalities, so you can do this for yourself at home. If you'd like to purchase Moxa, I do suggest that you also purchase an extinguisher. All of that is in the links in the description box below, because without the extinguisher, you will need to use aluminum foil to wrap it around the Moxa stick, because you do not want to extinguish it with water, as it will damage part of the stick and you'll be losing more herb than necessary. Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoy this video and I'll see you next time.